Good morning, ladies and gents. So as you've probably already guessed, this video is not about Conqueror's Blade. However, this is going to be about Bless Unleashed. Now, I was lucky enough to actually be sent a key for this the other day, and I've had a couple of hours of just checking the game out and just seeing what it's all about. I never played any of the other Bless games. I know there's been a couple to date. I haven't actually played any of the other ones. This is the first Bless game I've actually played, so it's quite a nice kind of breaking me into it and just seeing actually right from a new player to Bless how it actually all goes through it. The tutorial and everything that you play through to begin with is very good. It brings you into the game, it discusses and tells you all about the different skills and how to actually use them, what kind of things you need to be very aware of when you're playing the game. Now, this game can be played on PC, PS4 or Xbox, and you can actually use a controller. Controller support for PC, it works very, very well. I actually ended up playing it through controller, which for me is a very rare thing to play any game on PC with controller, but I actually decided to start playing it with controller because it just worked so well. So Bless Unleashed is an MMORPG, so everything that comes with an MMORPG will be found in Bless Unleashed. So you have different character classes, you have different character races, you have leveling, you have skills, loot, quests, everything like that is all in the game. I've only played the first couple of hours of Bless Unleashed, so this is really just a very first impressions of the game, how I feel it's actually like feeling, playing, the mechanics of it, what I think of it, kind of the pros, some of the cons, everything like that. This video is not a total in-depth review of the game because I've not played enough to actually review it. However, let me know down in the comments below if you are interested in me actually looking at this game more in depth and reviewing it properly, because I will then put the time into actually playing it and getting to a point where actually I feel that I understand the game enough to review it properly. So I've played a couple of the classes so far. I just want to tell you really what happened to begin with, though, is I started playing one of the classes on the Asian server, didn't realise what I was doing, and the game felt very like I was in water, like I was attacking very slow, the buttons were not responsive. I realised I was on the wrong server, so I very quickly changed it to the European server, and actually all those issues very quickly just stopped and disappeared, which is good. So all I can say is actually when you get into this game, make sure you are going onto the right server for you, because it does make a huge difference in Bless Unleashed what server you're on. Some games you can actually get away with playing on like the NA server or the Asian server if you're in Europe. Not this game. You will feel that actually a lot of the buttons are not unresponsive, but they're slow to respond. Everything feels very slow and like you're in mud or in water. It feels very weird. I did, however, play a little bit of the Berserker. I really enjoyed that class actually. So what I'm going to do now is just go through and describe actually what the character classes are and what the character races are. So the character races you have for Bless Unleashed are the humans, you have the elves, you have the Varg, and you have the Ibin. Now, I don't believe there's any racial bonuses or anything for these guys. There's nowhere that actually describes any racial bonuses for any of the races. It's purely cosmetic. So whether you like to play more as a maid, as an elf or a human, it's up to you. I may be wrong. Again, this is a very first impressions video, so I do apologise if I am wrong. However, I have not found anywhere that actually there are any racial bonuses or anything choosing between the races. Obviously their backstories are a little bit different, so if you're into the lore of it, have a read through and see actually which one fits your kind of play style a little bit more. But actually in terms of game mechanics and racial bonuses, I can't seem to find any that are there. Again, apologies if there are, but right from the get-go I cannot see any differences in choosing between the different races other than the cosmetic looks of them. So you have 5 different character classes. You have the Berserker, the Crusader, the Mage, the Priest and the Ranger. So these guys, obviously there are going to be different playstyles for these guys. The Berserker is the standard two-handed barbarian kind of guy that goes wielding a massive sword straight into a battle and just literally crushing everything. The Crusader is more your tank, sword and shield kind of user guy. One-handed sword, shield, get in there, use a load of abilities to soak up that damage and actually protect your team. The mage, as you can expect, unleashes powerful magics against different enemies, using different magic classes as well. So I know they've definitely got storm magic, they've got ice magic, they've got fire magic. So again, it's all dependent on your playstyle and also what you're actually up against fighting as well, whether you want to change those skills as well. Priests are going to be your usual. Priests can take in and support the team, heal them, that kind of stuff. It's the usual kind of stuff. And then the ranger obviously is the bow user of the game. So they sit at the back, dish out loads of damage very quickly, use traps and snares as well whilst the battle is ongoing, and can pump out a fair bit of damage pretty quickly. So I started off playing the Berserker, then I went to Ranger, and then I've played Mage. So I haven't played the Crusader yet, I haven't played the Priest yet. However, the three classes I have played do differ massively in their playstyle, which is a very good thing, because actually it goes to show it is important you pick the class that is right for you, because it doesn't look like you're going to be able to kind of cross classes or anything like that. Each class is very specific in what it does. I actually personally prefer games like that, because you know exactly what you're getting from each of the character classes then, instead of in some games where you get a tank coming in but healing and also being able to dish out a load of damage. It doesn't make sense to me. I need to know, and I personally prefer knowing what each class is, what they do, what you can expect from them, and everything like that. This game does seem to fall very much into that kind of mindset, which is good. I went through the tutorial a couple of times. Like I said, it really does explain everything, explains the game, explains your skills and everything very well to you, and then you go into the town where obviously the story starts for the game properly. The town becomes under attack very quickly. There's no spoilers because you'll be doing it in 5 minutes. And then it goes from there, and then it puts you out into the open world from there, where you start actually undertaking quests, side quests. You can start finding loot and start gearing up your hero very quick. You do get a mount very early on in the game, which is good, so they're not expecting you to run around everywhere on foot. The mount does change things up quite significantly. It does speed you up very quickly, very early on as well. Plus it's actually very affordable, so you don't need to be dropping down loads of money to try and get it. There is actually already a couple of bosses right in the early zone as well, which is quite nice because you can get some fairly decent loot from them. You do start looting or gearing up your character very quickly as well, I found, which was quite nice because you can start actually really just focusing on the skills that you want. You can go out, level up, and just get the start looking through the skill pages and everything and find out actually which way you want to build them. Personally, I felt Bless Unleased feels very much like Black Desert Online. That was probably the most similar thing I could put the game towards. Again, I haven't played enough to really soak up Bless Unleashed yet. I am planning to, but right now I just wanted to get this very first impressions out there, just so you guys can see actually if it is a game worth looking at or if it is a game worth investing in, because I believe that you can play this free to play. However, there is going to be a subscription service and everything like that as well, which is going to obviously bring its own benefits and everything from. The benefits of the premium actually don't look too significant though. So I've just been on the premium benefits page, which I will put a link in the description box below for you. So actually you can get a 7-day subscription, a 30-day subscription, or a 90-day subscription. The 30-day subscription, which is what most people are going to go for, is the standard $12 or about 10 Great British pounds. And actually you're not getting a huge amount from it. Obviously you are getting stuff for that money, but it doesn't actually look it doesn't look game breaking at all. So if you do want to play this free to play, I do believe that actually you are going to be absolutely fine playing it as free to play. So you get a little bit of bonus experience, you get a little bit of bonus gold, and I genuinely mean a little bit because it's only 10%, so it already goes to show you it's not very much at all. You get a couple of other different things like gathering speed and HP recovery as well, but again they're very minor numbers that you are getting. You also start to get a prestige status, so every time that you actually get a subscription you go up the status ranking. This seems to give you a little bit more gathering experience or teleport cost reduction. It also seems to actually give you inventory expansion tickets as well, but actually just playing through the game for the first couple of hours, I actually got 2 of these anyway, so it looks quite quick in actually expanding that inventory. But if you want to progress through the game a little bit quicker, then yeah, you will be looking at getting a subscription anyway. So I'm going to leave the video here. Hopefully I've explained the game a little bit in detail for you, so you can actually start looking at this game a little bit and maybe thinking if it is the game for you. Like I said, I am going to be spending a little bit of time on it. If there is anything in particular you would like me to look at or kind of just try and start understanding, then please do let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you want a full review of this game as well, and I will make sure I put the time into making sure I play the game, understand the game, and get to a point where actually I do feel I can give it a proper good review. Thank you very much for watching, folks. If you haven't yet subscribed, then please do so. If you like this kind of video, let me know as well. And I hope to catch you out in the next one.